We're live. We're podcasting. We're live. And I swear on my life that turkeys could fly. I swear.
You thought they could fly.
I did thought they could fly.
Unfortunately, they were hitting the ground like wet cement.
Wet cement. For those of you guys who have no idea what in the hell we're talking about, the classic WKRP in Cincinnati show in which Les Desmond, the Buckeye News Hog Award receiver, tells everybody about the turkeys being thrown out the window of a helicopter or whatever the hell kind of helicopter. Yeah. So, how you guys doing? Look at that. There's a shine. Do you see that? There's a shine.
Don't blind them.
Yeah, I got a shine. Look at that. Look, this one's happy. He's happy. This one's, the dumpy grumpy over here, whatever.
Really?
Well, I'm still not smoking, but you're wondering who in the hell is this trio of ruggedly handsome individuals. Today we're going to start immediately to the effervescent and ebullient left. Big words. I'm telling you, big words. Effervescent.
Are you trying to impress people?
No.
Go with the big word.
To the left, it's the left-handed man himself. The CIA already quit that job and he's now doing a 9-to-5 guy. That's Mike Striegel, everybody. Mike, that's everybody.
How you doing, everybody?
You all right? You good?
I think so.
Solid?
Yeah.
All right. Immediately to that, today, not quite as strong, powerful, or right-winging right hand, we have the true hater. He's just an absolute hater. It says it right there. Thank God. This, for those who were wondering, this is not Seamus Tully. This is his evil twin brother, Seamus Tully. It's all in the pronunciation. Not Seamus Tully. Seamus Tully. You blew smoke in my face? He blew smoke in my face. Fuck you again. Jesus Christ. This one's just on the up and up. That's them right there. Yeah, so he's happy. He's just exuding happiness today. All right, let's get to this. That's just apparently nobody cares anymore.
So who peed in your Wheaties?
That's what, yeah, exactly. Weed eating, peace, all that stuff would happen. Look, Alfonso Gutierrez, what's going on? Caroline West, Kevin Thompson. Everybody's looking at you and they're like wondering who pee-peed in your Wheaties.
This wasn't a good day, man.
It was not a good day? It's not a good day?
Yesterday was even worse.
Oh, dude, really? You want to share?
So,
I mean, I can hug you. I'm just saying, it doesn't
It'll make
help.
you feel better.
All of us, we can all hug you.
So at
I guess no hugging.
about 8 in the morning, I'm halfway to Raleigh, and I see on the southbound lane, I-85,
Yes.
there's a tractor trailer almost cut in half
Wow.
from hitting something.
Jesus. Okay.
On my way back from Raleigh, now I'm headed southbound. There's traffic.
Like a
you
mother.
wouldn't believe.
Like a mother.
4 hours later,
To get through it
I'm
all?
stuck in traffic.
You're still in there. 4 hours into it. Wow.
4 hours after the crash,
Yeah.
and that was after police, fire, EMS.
Everybody and their mother.
Yeah. Everybody you needed to clear a wreck was there working.
Wow.
4 hours later, I'm on my way back. I still have to sit in traffic for an hour.
Wow.
Parked.
Did you have a good cigar to smoke while you were
I
there?
did not.
Oh my God! See, there it is.
That's
There
why
it
he's
is.
so pissed
That's
off.
why he's beyond. He's still. And today just didn't get any better, did it? Today was just horrible. I may hug him before he leaves. I may. I'm just saying he's very prickly about shit like that. But I'm saying if he needs one, I hope you guys don't mind. I'll hug him.
So the screen goes blank.
6 feet the fuck away from me, Duncan. That's it, and that's what the law said. You keep Duncan 6 feet away from everybody.
I'm
Especially,
as cuddly as a cactus.
well, that is true. I've been told that you are adorable like a cactus too. Prickly motherfucker. All right, wow.
Well, he is a succulent.
He's gonna suck a who? This is not that kind of show. There'll be no sucking on this show at all. No sucking. Look, we lost people. There was 10, now there's 6. Well, there will be no sucking of anything.
And cactus is a type of succulent plant. That's what I meant.
Okay, well
Your
then,
mind had to immediately go to the damn gutter. I was trying to educate you.
what he said, my educational level is non-existent. Listen, I'm not just. I know you're not drinking. You're training.
Yeah.
You're drinking because you, and I'm drinking because I can't fucking smoke a cigar yet. I can't. It's driving me nuts.
Well, why can't you?
Well, again, would you mind pulling the string? Fuck you, you're a dick. That's another bit. I'm working on a doll that has a
There's
string.
three now. There's three.
Yeah, fuck you, you're a dick, with a lot of emphasis on fuck you, you're a dick. I'm working on a doll. I'm gonna go to like China. Send it to China. They're gonna make me a little
China?
China. Them fucking communist people. I'm gonna get a doll with a little thing that you pull the string. And
Are you gonna pull like you're trying to start a lawnmower?
Well, kind of like that. Not like
the string is in his ass.
So what I'm getting at is what I'm fucking person you next to me trying to say is I'm gonna invest in developing a doll concept, a doll. You pull the string. You're gonna have 3 messages. Message that's really, really aggressive is gonna be fuck you, you're a dick. The other one is you're a dick. Gently, but you're a dick. And then the last one, not least, will be you pull the string and be like, don't be a bitch. There you go. 3 messages, doll. I think we got something in the works there.
I think you need to take the third advice. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. There you go. Carrie is now watching us. For God's sakes, we all gotta behave right now. Not really. Carrie, as we say in my country of origin, sloncha. We really don't say that, but because he's the Irish one. But sloncha to you. I hope that you have been slonchaing all over the place to everybody. Sloncha the hell out of everybody right there. Yeah, well, if I walked into an Irish bar and I said, hey, everybody, sloncha the hell out of all of you, I might get some very bad vibes.
So laugh.
That's a good thing. Look at that. There's Tow Truck. Tow Truck, better known in my world of love as Boonhauer.
Arriba, mi amigo.
I am not going on top of anybody's friend. I can tell you that for a fact. I don't know what kind of language you're talking right there, but I will not be on top of anybody's friend. I'm just saying. Let's get it out. Just saying.
Do you mean up top? As in like
high five?
High five. Okay, high five, everybody.
Yeah, we'll try that.
All right. There you go. We opened strong. There was a strength here, subdued strength from you because very but subdued. You're like that, the icebreaker strength. Nobody sees it, but it's like just ripping the fuck out of everything. No, maybe. It's a good analogy for you, man. It's a good analogy. No, I got nothing else. I'll tell you, I will brute the fuck out of you.
Yeah, you took the cap off.
I took the cap off. I will brute the fuck out of you.
Wait, you just took the partial safety off.
Partial. Yeah, there's a secondary. There's a secondary.
Oh, thank God.
If both come off, someone's gonna smell like a skunk for 30 years.
Lots of tomato juice.
Lots of tomato juice. So listen, I'm sure you guys are wondering what in the hell is tonight's topic. I know I am. Are you wondering? Did you even have an inkling of like maybe what are we going to talk about?
Teeth.
I'm missing one, and I am fucking insanely bothered by another one. So it might as well be teeth, but no, it's not teeth. Are you wondering about what's the topic?
I kind of have an idea.
You have an idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Michael Carter, hello. Gents, greetings from the Barbarian Restaurant. Hey, he's at the Barbarian. Great Barbarian place, man. Thank you. Tell everybody I said, I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant that between Hermann Goering and sort of Hitler, in between there, not quite either one or the other.
So it's a limp wrist.
It's a very limp wrist, like Colonel Klink.
Yeah.
Just like that. That's it. I'm not going any further. I promise.
That's just one step below power to the people.
They have honey schnapps. Did you know that?
Honey schnapps.
Honey. How do you pronounce it?
Schnapps.
Schnapps.
Not snaps.
It's
Snaps are a cracker.
It's an A. Naps.
Schnapps.
Schnapps. It's that fucking tooth I'm missing. It's schnapps.
I'm waiting for the whistle. Like, when he talks, there's going to be a whistle.
Fuck you. I mean that in a nice, polite way, but fuck you.
You're just pushing buttons.
He is. It's like, Jesus, he's pissed off. He's taking it out of me.
Wait, do that one more time?
Fuck you. Ah! No! People are watching. People, oh my God. There was no conclusion. No happy ending. Oh my God.
You've been violated.
Oh, I've been so violent. He did that to my. Oh my God. People are watching. Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God. We may need a moment for me to recuperate from that. Listen, you know what?
I'm gonna get shot.
Perfect perfect segue into our topic.
Oh God, what?
Does size matter? I don't know. I'm just saying. Does size matter?
It depends on what you're talking about and who
And
you're
who you're
asking.
talking to?
Well,
Asians. You mean?
Asians smoke cigars.
Oh,
Cigar,
yeah.
cigars.
Remember what kind of show we're supposed to be
Cigars.
doing.
It's cigars.
And
Cigars.
then forget about it and do this show.
This is not that kind of show. No, we're talking cigars. Does size matters in cigars?
Why are you putting an S on matter?
Did it really unwind that bad?
Yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna see what we can
You gonna
do.
be alright with that? You gonna be?
You know what?
Is
I'm gonna
that one of the
see-
ones that you told me was a little?
No,
No?
it's the one that's been sitting in my humidor for.
Oh yeah, no, that
That's
thing.
over.
Yeah, that's overhumidified.
No,
Now,
this
could
one's
you
been
take,
sitting in there for a while.
Yeah, that's overhumidified.
Could you take just a wrapper leaf and put it in the pipe and smoke it?
You can take what I do sometimes is the last little bit of the cigar, like that little nub, and I stick it into the pipe and smoke the shit out of that, and I smoke that shit to ashes.
But I mean, just the wrappers. Would
You
it
can
be-
take any part of the cigar, crumble it up a little bit, if you know.
Yeah.
But would it be any stronger than?
It would be whatever the flavor profile of that wrapper is. It's like when we did the other day. We'll be back to the size. If you're small or large, God bless you. We'll get back to that. When we did the other day, we took like the little inch off of that wrapper, so you could actually take any part of the cigar. In essence, do small cigarillos. You can do a breakdown of it, and that actually what that does is tells you the basic components of that cigar. So if you take just the wrapper, then whatever the flavor profile will be on that wrapper and strength and whatnot, that will be coming straight through on that pipe. The same thing with a binder, a wrapper, or a filler, anything like that. Yeah, a lot of the blenders, what they do is they do like small cigarillos of all the individual component parts, and then get a taste for each one. Then they begin to put them together and so on and so forth. But Josh, Caitlin, Oberman, what's going on? Hell yeah, it matters. Yeah, I'm a Lancero guy. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And we are talking about cigars. It's like cigars.
I had that What was that Lancero that I bought?
The Hiram and Solomon.
Yes.
Hiram and Solomon.
I had that.
Very nice cigars.
Monday.
Monday. I like that he said Monday.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what day it
Well,
was.
you probably should have waited because your week kind of fell through.
Your week kind of fell through.
The travel and the trouble.
Oh yeah, what he's saying. So listen,
Never mind.
Oh.
He's wild.
I'm gonna put an image real quick on the screen because as gorgeous, I mean as stunningly handsome as we are, every now and then you all need a break from that. So take a look at the image. We're gonna have it for about a minute or so you guys can see. It's I found it on Google. I mean, you can find everything you want on Google, but it's kind of neat.
You can actually order it and hang it on your wall.
You can order what he said. There it is. Cigar sizes, shapes, and colors. Apparently, this is like some gay chart. It says
it's from
colors. Huh, what?
It's from Europe.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a European chart. Love you, Europeans. You're not gay. Some of you. But if you look there, and I tell you what, I bet you there might be even a few that didn't make the cut in there. But there's like a plethora. The one that's the longest, immediately to the far right, maybe your whatever you're watching, that is a 9.5 by, I believe that says 50 down there. I can't see really well because
Lord, that was all day to smoke.
no, I mean, I enjoy those bigger ones. Okay, never mind. Apparently, that did that. Okay, don't mess with it, Duncan. Then you got a double Corona, you got a Lancero, then you have a Churchill, the Culebras, and so on and so on and so forth. So you can see you got a plethora of freaking cigar sizes.
Sherwood Forest.
A Sherwood, I like that. A Sherwood Forest without the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Watch out for Robin Hood.
Watch out for Robin Hood. I know you guys can now watch right now, but there's a lot of nakedness happening behind the picture.
No.
Are you sure? No nakedness. I just checking. I want to make sure that you guys are there. No nakedness. But take a look here again. Down there, you got some really odd ones. You got the pyramid. You've got the culebra, of course, which is the intertwined one. You got a perfecto, which I don't know if you guys can see the. Hopefully, you might be able to see that. Maybe not. And then right there, you got the cohiba, which is called the parejo. Parejo means even. It is a perfect, even cigar round cap, no deviation on the entire foot. In other words, there's no chisel, there's no torpedo, there's nothing.
It's the same size
It's
from top to bottom.
Correct. Parejo. There you go. It's a perfect, shape. Then the last one is called a preferido, which the preferido has, of course, the kind of the tips at either end, and towards the foot, it might actually get a little bit wider. There's also a Solomon size, which is a much larger version than that. So again, sizes, and I also say shapes as well. So maybe when you're looking for a particular cigar, you say, you know what, I've never smoked.
Give me one of them cones.
Yeah, give me a cone looking one, a pyramid looking one. So you've never tried it, and you see something that's unique at your local cigar shop, at your tobacconist shop. Definitely, man, give it a whirl. Talk to your tobacconist and say, hey, man, what can you tell me about that particular size? As Josh said, he is a Lancero man himself. I love a great Lancero.
Nice, yeah.
So this young man is smoking a barber pole. Barber pole that we picked up at the shop. It's one of the old Felix Mesa ones that we had there. So Kerry, a little vintage, a little good flavor, a little good stuff. I'm just saying. And then over here, he's smoking one of our Maduros as well. So I cannot smoke. Yeah, what's left? I can't smoke because I have this damn abscess in my tooth.
I told you we can fix that.
Yeah, I know we can fix that. But I wish I could smoke. I have an appointment with my dentist on the 19th, and then we'll take care of that. So we'll see. But I am drinking. I am drinking. So a little drink never hurt anybody. But yeah, he's smoking one of the barber poles from Felix Mesa. Little vintage. I had a few left, so there we go.
Great. Now everybody's gonna come by and buy.
Everybody's gonna come and buy the last friggin' 8 that I have. Well, it beats what it beats. But it's gonna be right. It's gonna be right. So the long and short of it, and by that I mean the cigars, the long and short. Let me ask. We'll go with the guy that was just spitting, not Durant.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nasty, by the way. You just aim that way and you spit.
Oh,
God.
Just cock and poof.
Just like, there's no spittoon out there.
do you want me to put one on the table?
Well, no, that
All right.
because I don't think that you'd hit it, But what's going on, Reverend Adam? Dos pistolas, two pistols right there. What's your favorite?
That's the coolest fucking nickname ever.
Yeah, Reverend Two Guns or Dos Pistolas.
Yeah.
Two pistols. I'm down with that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's baptized. What's your favorite size when smoking a cigar?
Probably a mid-size, about the size of your naturals.
Okay, so a Toro size. That's a 6x50.
And I have smoked the Churchills, but those are a little bit longer smoke.
Now, yeah, that's about an extra inch. 7. They usually range between a 7 by, believe it or not, a 7 by 48 to also a 750. Joseph Alex Garcia. Oh my God, man! Let me tell you, this is one of my old school homies from back in Miami. What's going on, Alex? ¿Qué hola, Seri? Oye, todo lo mejor para ti, sinceramente. All the best to you. This guy and I, man, I'm telling you, the stories that we have. So he's smoking a Toro. They're both smoking Toros right now. I'm smoking a glass of bourbon.
Bourbon is smoky.
Yeah. It's a little smokiness. It's a little smoky. So let me see. Damn, wow, we just jumped up to 15. Then we dropped down to 10. Joseph, what's going on, man? I hope that you're doing well. All the best to you. I am drinking, what the hell's the name of it? ONW, Old Nick Williams. Old Nick Williams, Suburban, or whiskey, Kentucky whiskey, whatever. Kevin Thompson dropped it off. And you're drinking the, what the hell's that? Breakout.
Yep.
Breakout is another good,
Very good
bourbon over there. So
Harley Davidson made a motorcycle called the Breakout. This thing was badass. That big old fat rear tire.
Yeah.
Huge engine. It was an animal.
Tell you what, man. That guy right there, he can tell stories, man, of Joseph Alex Garcia, nicest guy on earth, but the most unfuckwithable human fucking being I ever knew. Uh, Man, he was like a brother to me. He still is. I love him dearly. But when I'm telling you, one of those guys that you're glad that he's your friend, he's your buddy, and he calls you, like that you guys are that bonded. I mean, when we rolled into the clubs, it was unfuckwithable two animals, dude.
Do you have any fun stories about Duncan?
Yeah, don't.
on.
Man, I tell you what, brother. Like I said, he is the nicest guy on earth, though. He truly is. Joseph is the kind of guy. Alex, actually, I never knew him as Joseph, but Alex is the kind of guy that literally, with the shirt off his back, a plate of food, whatever you needed, a place to sleep. That was that guy. I mean, like unquestioning, one of the best dudes that I knew in my younger days. But I will always say one of the most unfuckwithable motherfuckers. If you went toe to toe with him, he would take your toes and your legs off. I shit you not. And he might do it with by the way, I mean this in a good Christian way, just saying.
At least you get it in a nice one.
In a very nice way. But Joseph, today we are talking about the size matter, man, in cigars. They're smoking a nice Toro size cigar. It's a 6x50. As I put up also in the picture earlier, there is a plethora of different cigar sizes out there. I personally enjoy a Lancero, but as I've noticed in the past year, I'm smoking more and more what is the Churchill size. It's about the same size as the Lancero length, but it's also, it's a little bit bigger ring gauge. It's a 50. And I also do prefer the one, the really, really long one. It's called Soberanos, which they're called Super Churchills or whatever. I mean, there's like different names for them. But I actually enjoy a very long smoke.
Do you smoke them all the way through?
Like a beast.
Are you stressed?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I mean, my stress levels as of late have been through the roof. But again, I find that I just like that lengthy smoke because for the day, I can keep going back to the cigar over and over and over again.
Set it down, relight it, set it down, relight it.
Yeah. And here's the other thing as well. For example, one of the reasons why I did this today, I did a little TikTok 1-minute video.
Better get it in before they ban it.
Well, they're not gonna ban it. TikTok will be around. It'll be all right. I mean, nothing's gonna get. People love that.
Fail.
Too many people are on top of that.
Everyone saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except Duncan.
He dropped a little.
I dropped the whole store.
You'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. It's worse has happened.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I've been asked a lot of times is, hey Duncan, what's the best cigar size, or like what's the best bang for your buck, cigar wise. Hola Mima, ¿cómo estás? Todo lo mejor para ti. All the best to you. 35th edición 35 is arriving today in Miami. So man, that is great. That is great news. God willing, we will also be carrying at the shop very, very soon the Viajante Stogie Road Edición 35. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Listen, sharing is the only way that we're getting the message out to everybody. This is a show about just having fun, making fun of things, laughing. It's nothing serious, but I do appreciate that, my brother. But a lot of times when I get asked, what's that best cigar, I say, well, it's really, I don't think, in my opinion, about the size. It's almost how much time do you want to dedicate to that cigar?
It's a matter of time, dedication.
At least I'm gonna say that's the way I approach it. When I look at certain cigar sizes, for example, let's say, this is a big Churchill right there, and then I'm looking at maybe a little Toro right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? One of the things that I want to impart to everybody today is this. This is the same blend as this. Theoretically speaking, the quality should be nearly identical in every aspect of it, because if this blend is the same as this one, flavor profiles should be very similar. Complexities should be very similar, but there are going to be subtle differences. For example, the smaller the ring gauge, it tends to be a little bit of a hotter smoke, like the lanceros.
Temperature
Give you a little bit
itself,
more
or
flavor.
just the
Well, because one, it's a much more concentrated heat. So you also have to pay a little bit more attention to the cigar. For example, if you put it down,
It's going to go up quicker
it's
than
going to go out a lot quicker.
Mhm.
So if you're maybe doing one puff every couple of minutes, you may want to do one puff to a minute, or maybe a couple of puffs, every 2 to 3 minutes. Again, you want to be a little bit more attentive to the cigar because of the smaller ring gauge. That will literally, when you're on top of it, you almost get, it's like a balance. You don't want to overheat it because then you're gonna get some of those flavors that you don't want, and you also don't want to maybe let it go out because then you're gonna have to be relighting it a lot. So the smaller ring gauges are, it's a balance. It's a nice balance of your skills as a cigar guy. Yeah, and it's almost like what I call for a refined smoking. It's not that I want to say like a gentleman's style of smoking. I don't believe in that like that at all. But I almost say like Lanceros, Longsdales, Panetelas, Coronas. They're classic Cuban sizes that were very, very huge all over Europe during the mid 1800s, straight through to the mid 1950s. I mean, for that 100-year time frame when Cuban cigar was prevalent the world over, and notice that I said 50s, so pre-embargo, before they were impacted, they were also very, very well thought of in the States, but once the embargo hit, even the impact of Cuban cigar in Europe was felt.
So with the Lancero, the idea was you'd smoke a cigar and have a couple of drinks.
Right. Again, because it's a long smoke. It's very elegant. It's very gentlemanly. You have your snifter of rum or your snifter of cognac or any of those any of those sweeter ones. So that's that. And then you talk now about classic. Well, we talk about classic Cuban sizes. Rarely did Cuba ever make a cigar bigger than a 52 ring gauge. Rarely. Yes, sir.
So do you think if the embargo would have never been in place, do you think the Cuban style or the blend and all that would have stayed the same and stayed up there with the number one cigars? Or do you think Nicaragua and Dominican Republic and Mexico and all those places would have eventually come around? Do you think it would have taken longer?
I'm gonna be very Cuban proud here. I'm going to be very, very, very country centric. I want to say this. Anybody out there can correct the shit out of me. Do I believe that Cuban cigars are the best in the world? No, I do not. Currently, based upon the comment that you just said, had the embargo never taken place,
the families would have never left.
Exactly. Yeah. But I believe also that there would have been a lot of tobacco opportunities in Honduras, Nicaragua, Mexico, the Dominican Republic that would have probably still been pursued, but not as aggressively as they have been over the past 5, 6, 7 decades.
Well, if you think about it, the Dominican Republic and Honduras and all that, they all have a lot more land to grow and
yeah, absolutely.
Tobacco.
But one of the things that a lot of folks say is, hey, George, what's going on, man? All the best to you. Thank you for the share, Alex. I appreciate that. Jorge, bienvenido. We appreciate everybody jumping on board, man. If you're a cigar person, welcome to the show. This is a show about just absolutely nothing and three guys going apeshit on that. For the podcasters, I didn't forget you. We're down to the last minute. Remember, podcasters, you can catch the show on YouTube Live under Doña Noli Cigars, the page. On Facebook, it is Doña Noli. You can see it there, or you can see it under Duncan Echevarria as well. So catch the rest of it. You're going to love it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's really, really exciting that we're having this discussion right now. So 30 seconds left for the podcasters. But remember, if you want to continue, definitely go to those sites right now. Also, for everybody, if you want to listen to this, we are on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. Apparently, they're letting us in everywhere. They'll let anybody just into anything.
Cuban invasion, baby.
Cuban invasion and Irish and German. That's where we got the flags there. coming up in the last 5 seconds. You were gonna say something?
Go to the
Mike?
website.
Actually, not about the podcast. but
Okay.
anyway, to play devil's advocate, or the flip side of the embargo,
Right.
yeah, it made Cuban cigars more
Sought after.
softer. Yeah,
Okay.
because you couldn't get them.
Well, here's the other thing as well. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the country that does the largest buying of Cuban cigars in the world still to this day is the United States.
Yep.
And they're illegal here. Alex Chung, thank you very much. I appreciate Joseph. Alex, thank you for, I can't get accustomed to calling you Joseph. I never called you Joseph. Alex always. But thank you for sharing, man. I appreciate all the people that are jumping on board right now. Thanks to Alex, man. This is really, really good. But listen,
The Americans now have found another way to get them.
well, yeah, here's the thing about it. I mean, Americans have found a way to get Cuban cigars since the day right after the embargo. I mean, that's
Americans found a way to find liquor right after the fucking.
Well,
during the Prohibition,
right.
they,
Well,
they were
The
getting
Bolster Act, yeah.
yeah.
okay, well, fine, whatever.
But back to just something
Look at you
real
being book
quick.
smart.
Right.
The whole size thing. Interesting enough, as I was saying just a little while ago, Cuban cigar sizes. The biggest cigar size that was ever done was the Monte Cristo number 2, which is the classic 6x52 torpedo. So that was the biggest. That was it.
When you say 6x52,
6 inches by a 52 ring gauge.
and the ring gauge is measured in
actual-
millimeters, or does anybody know?
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of sizes, we
yes.
got small, medium, and large.
There you go. Small, medium. So,
Thanks.
but
I called you medium.
it was.
Oh, I thought you were calling me large.
I'm
It's better than being
a
small.
petite. I'm a petite guy. Let me see. So some of the bigger sizes that we know, like the 52, 54s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, all those large scale sizes are only, or they were only created for the American market.
Yeah, 'cause I remember you used to have one of those.
Yeah, the 8x80. Let me see. Seamus Tully, Mr. Strigo, gracias por apoyo. My mom says thank you both for all the support. Mima, está mirando también ahora Alex. ¿Te acuerdas de Alejandro? Alex, el que visitaba la casa. Él está mirando también. Es el nombre de Joseph Alex García. Es Alex, Mima. Él se acuerda de ti, tú te acuerdas de él también. Pero bueno, so again, this is a topic for many chapters. But the long and short of it, and when I'm asked this, you know, at a tobacco shop or at my shop or I'm out and about and I hear them talking to the tobacconist, I hate to always, you know, hear a tobacconist who's not informing properly the customer. It bugs the crap out of me.
Do you ever go in like undercover and like act like you don't know anything?
All the time. Every time I go into any cigar shop, it's not that I go in undercover because a lot of people, you know, locally and I mean, a lot of people.
Everybody around here knows him.
Yeah, pretty much. But on many occasions, I am very quiet, and I just like to listen as to how the tobacconist or the cigar person is assisting the customer. And I'm not even joking. I have literally stood up and stepped in and said to the guy, "You're wrong because of this, and this." And I said, "And this is what I want you to understand. This is to help you make more money the right way for your shop. But I want them to understand that they are wrong in whatever they are imparting to the customer. Because the last thing that I want to hear or see in front of me is anyone who sells cigars, selling cigars for money. If you're selling a cigar for money and I'm around, I'm going to call you out. And if you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you're doing it incorrectly, I'm really going to call you out. And to tell you the truth, I'm going to be like, you can't sell that cigar to that man because, first of all, he's a newbie, or he doesn't appreciate that, or he's not going to appreciate that.
Never smoked a cigar a day in his life. Give him a La Bamba 601.
Yeah, there you go. You know, so I've been known to do that. I truly don't hold back.
Sniper.
Anywhere I've been.
But when you do that, how has your reaction been?
I mean, I'll be real honest. I've gotten both good and bad reactions, but
no one likes being told that they're wrong.
the reaction that I enjoy the most is not what the reaction from the tobacconist is. It is the reaction from the customer, because then the customer appreciates that someone has stepped in and said, "Hey, we're here to look out for you. This is not my shop, But I've said this in a lot of different places. I've said anywhere I step into and there's a humidor, I feel as if I have a responsibility to the humidor.
You own that motherfucker.
Like a beast. I can tell you that much. Like a beast. At the end of the day, it is truly about making sure that the customer is treated correctly. I don't want to sell you a cigar because it's expensive and I'm going to make money on it. I want to sell you a cigar because you're going to really enjoy smoking it.
And come back.
And like, for example, let's say, you travel, you're working, and, you smoke a lot. I know that sometimes you enjoy a bigger ring gauge cigar, and you say, well,
something's going to last a little longer.
Time.
Right.
So we go back to, so you have more time to dedicate to it.
So he would probably benefit from like a Churchill or a Super Churchill.
Or a bigger ring gauge.
Well, that's what I was gonna touch on a little earlier when you were talking about the like the 60 ring gauges and stuff like that. There was a time where you carried the much larger, like 50, 55.
Yeah. Felix
60.
Mesa does a wonderful selection of bigger ring gauge cigars.
Doesn't GTO have a
GTO has
the really big paint kit?
I believe that those were 60. I don't think they were 70, but they were borderline 70.
Oh,
almost,
yeah.
I still have one.
the flathead 7x70. In a box press, that's a beast. But interesting enough, what I like about the flathead series is you can smoke any one of them. Now they all smoke differently, obviously, but the flavors, and that's what I was gonna say.
They have the same flavor profile.
The only thing that should change is intensity of flavor when it's a smaller ring gauge, because again, the smaller the ring gauge, the more intense the flavor profile, and there is going to be a little bit more strength as well because it's a condensation in size. So again, it all depends on condensation.
No, condensation is the water you usually get on the inside.
Concentration.
There you go.
Think about it like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there you
put
go.
a whole bunch of sugar in a little bitty glass, it's going to taste like just straight sugar.
Yeah.
But if you balance out, you get the right mixture in there, you're going to have
It's
a really
gonna
nice
be really
drink.
good. Yeah.
And like Alex says, at the end of the day, it's got to be also about maintaining good customer service. So, for example, a bigger ring gauge as opposed to a Lancero as opposed to the big 8x80. So one of the things that I tell a lot of folks is that 8x80, the blend should be the exact same blend as the Lancero. But it's a great analogy. I heard this today, and I'm going to give props to Nick Perdomo. It's funny because after I posted my video, not even an hour later, I saw a great video, and it was just a great follow-up. I mean, it was just it touched upon the same things. It's like mom right now making a meal for 5 people, or mom right now making the exact same meal for 20 people.
The proportions should be the same, just in a larger.
Right.
So the recipe itself will give you the finished product identical.
Yeah, I know that for a fact from when I was making my rolls.
There you go,
Yes,
but on a much broader
You
spectrum.
have to add more ingredients to get a larger amount,
But
or more of the same ingredients.
does the product change?
No.
Okay, and that's what I wanted to really touch upon as well. And again, not to say that he came in immediately after me or that I was just ahead of it. It just was a coincidence that today, Marie, what's going on, beautiful? The Valkyrie is watching. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you're watching. How's Jay and you, and how are the kids? I love you guys. You guys are the best. Love you. It's basically like this. The 8x80 also is going to give you a different kind of burn. It's going to be a lot cooler smoking it than the concentrated heat of that Lancero, because again, much more area, much more broader space for that tobacco to burn.
But isn't that going to give you a little bit different flavor profile?
Again, you're going to get some subtle differences,
Okay.
but you should never say this cigar is completely different. If it's for example,
I see what you're saying.
let's say the Lancero that Kerry Horney does for the Viajando Stogie Road Edición 35, that Lancero tastes the same as the Stogie Road Edición 35 Toro, but in a little bit more concentrated format.
It gives you a much stronger flavor.
Correct. It's got a little bit more oomph, a little bit more body because it's condensed. Like a good pasta sauce
Mm.
that if it reduces and reduces, it's still the same ingredients, but it just seems to have gotten
got
a
more
lot,
flavor.
yes, a lot more intense. So that's the concept. When I look at blends, that blend should be the exact same thing. If it's Connecticut wrapper, if it's Corojo binder, and if it's Biso and Seco from Estelí and Condega, that's what it has to be in a Lancero, in the same way that it has to be in an 8x80, but it'll be just more of that to make sure that it is the exact same blend. You don't want to say the flavors are not the same. It's like, for example, if somebody comes out with 4 different sizes in one blend, they all have to be consistent. It has to be consistent, so the flavor has to be consistent across the board.
It's going to be incredibly difficult.
That's why those guys are called master blenders. And I'm going to go to this real quick. To get to that level, you didn't start a week ago.
Mm.
You
You've been
didn't.
doing that
Yeah,
most of your life.
you didn't start by jacking off into the wind and saying, "Hey, you know what? I can do this shit. I'm a master blender." No, you're a masturbator. Completely different guy. You
I'm a
know.
master smoker.
There you go. And even that, believe it or not, what you said, some of those guys, I consider them like real masters of the art of smoking because they can sit with you. They'll do the retro hail, the regular. I mean, every kind of hailing that they can do. And these guys are telling you shit about that tobacco that boggles my mind. Not like weird juniper berry shit. I guess that you can go
No,
suck it.
but they get
I
different
get
flavors
manure.
than you do.
Yeah, I get manure. Man, good luck.
Where the hell did you get that cigar?
Good luck with that shit, pansy. So again, this is a great topic because it has a lot to it. Sizes, shapes, all that stuff, which again leads to, in my opinion, my humble, infinitesimal half a penny, half pence is, I think, closer to how much time you have for it than oh, this is the size that I smoke and this and that and whatever. I mean, a lot of times, if you don't have a lot of time, a little Corona,
Oh yeah.
30 minutes,
You know what really
There you
burns
go.
me up?
fire.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
When I'll have like friends over, and I'll be smoking a cigar and we'll be outside.
Did you say friends?
Yeah, no, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
He admitted it. He's got friends. I'm just saying, rare does
All right,
he say.
I've got like 4 or 5 people that don't want me to die. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But they'll ask me for a cigar. I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, grab one. Or I'll find one like they've never smoked before. I'll probably start with your natural,
Yeah.
something like that, or a what's the
Maduro.
no the stag head that came from
Oh, that's the San Jeronimo.
Yeah.
San Jeronimo from Dr. Gabby Caffey.
Yeah.
At the San Jeronimo factories. There you go.
and they'll smoke
Stag
it.
head. I like that.
They'll-
Stag head.
Yeah, they'll either pretend like they like it, or they'll smoke like 3 or 4 puffs and like put it down.
Yep, and then they're done with it.
Yeah,
You're gonna get stag.
and it's like, oh man, like because I know what.
They get like a head. They act like
Que
they
no
got a
me
head wrap
digan
or
en la esquina el venado, eso a mí me mortifica, el venado. It's an old song. You got to be there for that. It's Latino. My Latino brothers would understand it. El venado, que no me digan el venado. By the way,
It's gonna
Duncan,
start.
ladies and gentlemen.
Duncan has left the building.
Are you gonna do 99 Luftballons next?
Sorry about that. I just when you said the stag, you know what? I'm gonna segue. You know what we refer to as a guy that's el venado, a stag. You hear the stag is like
I've heard of, like,
that you're
stag
like
party.
stag
Yeah.
party, and you're single or whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, that translates to in Spanish to if someone's cheating on you. You got horns.
Huh.
Yeah, bueno. And speaking of, he said, the brand that has a stag on it, and I started doing the El Venao dance. El Venao. Anyways, Gabby Caffey, what's going on? I gotta say, guys, I'm gonna say, Gabby, with the utmost respect to your wife, Vivian, the handsomest man in the industry has finally joined us. My hat is off. Jesus Christ,
You're
Gabby.
lying, people put
I'm
that on.
telling you, if you and I could do it and get married and have many kids, I'm putting that out there. Maybe not. I'm just saying, maybe not.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Burns me up.
I take it back. He gets burned up. Hey, Gabby.
Burns me up when somebody either acts like they smoke cigars a lot or they're really into cigars and they ask me for one. And they're like, yeah, I'll smoke all night long. And they like take 2 puffs, like, oh god.
And then they drop it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like,
You just wasted a
Dude.
cigar.
like
Well-
I'm not worried about the $3, $4, $5, $10 I may have spent on that
Right.
cigar. I'm more mad at like the disrespect that they showed the cigar itself.
Well, there's disrespect they showed you for you giving it the cigar.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like this. Listen, take it for the gesture that you did. You did a great gesture. You wanted to share a good cigar with someone. That to me, I think is the valuable part right there. It's really a great thing. That happens, a lot of times in one very famous situation. When you go to like all these wedding parties, they'll have like 100 cigars. Do you know why they buy 100 cigars? There's only one reason.
Because 10 people will smoke them.
Yes, but no. So they're looking for a cigar for the pictures. I've done enough.
They don't care about the flavor.
Oh my God, no. I've done enough wedding events.
It looks good to have a cigar in the picture.
And particularly the ones that have the really pretty rings. That's all they care about. All of them are going to be, hey, let's light the cigar. I have literally, I kid you not, guys, one time at a wedding down in Greenville, South Carolina, that I did with the great people at Florida America Cigars. Carlos and I were there. We lit.
I love those cigars.
We lit like literally 30 cigars like this. We lit them all right there for the people. They took maybe an inch and a half for the span of however long it took for all the wedding pictures with the cigars. And we found, I'm not joking,
Every one of them.
every one of them like all over the place.
Dude, I'm picking them all up. Cut.
I wanted to cut people's ball sacks off. I was like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. But what are you going to do?
But I'd cut this end off and I'd probably just stick it in a pipe or something.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, at that point, you might as well just chop it up and stick it in there.
Yeah, you can do that.
Literally this much, and not even, man. I'm pacing myself. But no, it's again. I think one of the biggest things that a tobacconist should talk to the consumer, the customer, and say, hey, man, how much time do you want to dedicate to the cigar? That should be one of the key questions. And then say, what budget do you want to stay in? That's a fair question also. There's nothing wrong with asking the consumer, hey, what budget do you want to stay in? Kelvin Bradshaw, what's going on? Let me tell everybody right there, that is the main man from Still Moon Moonshine. Can be found at all local ABC stores in North Carolina. One of the very super guys from the team of Still Moon Moonshine right there. What's going on, man? All the best to you. Look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you, brother. I'll tell you, if you haven't had Still Moon Moonshine and you're in North Carolina, run. Don't freaking walk to your ABC store and buy a bottle.
Take your soul.
$25, guys. $25. That's nothing.
Well, getting back to what we were talking about, how I figured out that the Toro is basically what I like is coming back from Charlotte on the way home.
Yeah.
You're stuck in traffic. It's going to be about an hour, so.
Easy breezy.
Toro lasts about an hour.
Can't go wrong with that, man. So this is to the tobacconists and to the consumers. There has to be a good back and forth dialogue. Again, remember, guys, this is your money. This is your money. It's like if you go somewhere, forget that it's Doña Noli Cigars. Forget that. You go to another shop, you're traveling, but you stop in and you walk in, maybe the guy may or may not even be the person that walks into the humidor with you. I honestly say, hey, man, I'm looking for something that maybe will take me about 30, 45 minutes. I don't want to smoke a lot. What have you got, in a good range, maybe $6 to $8. Just like that. That should tell that tobacconist at least some good information to immediately guide you. Say, well, I can do a Robusto size. That's about that time frame. You can find, for example, Gabby does San Jerónimos in a Robusto. He does the Liga de la Casa. His entire brand has beautiful Robustos, and they're all around the $8 range. So that's not bad at all.
I tell people about your shop all the time because I'll walk into some small place, like I'm on the road, like, oh, there's a cigar shop there, and I'll walk in and I'll look around and I'll grab what I know that I like, and the person that's running it it's just like, oh, okay, I see what you got there. Like, have you smoked before? Like, oh yeah, I tell them about your shop all the time. Say, hey, if you're ever in Statesville, go over here.
I appreciate that, man. I truly, truly do. And Mike, I don't know. Again, I know you do travel when you go back and forth to Charlotte, but you've been homebound.
Yeah.
When you go out and about, I mean, do you ever have an issue maybe talking to somebody? I know you were in Maryland or something at one point, and that's where you bought those padrones.
Yeah, that was actually a really good shop. They were very knowledgeable. They knew what they were doing. I could have stayed there and smoked, but I was there for family. So.
See, again, and that I think also is what makes it a place that if you ever wanted to go back, you say, hey, I remember that place. Right. Nice guys. They knew their shit. I'm going to go there and hang out again.
Now, there was another time I was on, up in, I want to say, Greensboro area or something like that. And there was a place that had, it was like a tobacco shop. You walk in there, they had a little stand-up humidor in there, and that was about it. Mm. And the guy had no idea what the heck you had in there, and couldn't tell you anything.
Well, here's the thing, and I do understand what you guys are saying when it comes to that. There are environments that basically have cigars as a side business on top of everything else that they may be doing. Whether it's roll your own tobacco or whatever.
I think this was one of those quick turnover style cigar shops.
Yeah. So again, a lot of those guys that own those places, brutally honest, unless they themselves are like cigar aficionados or they enjoy smoking cigars, they rarely know enough about the inventory that they carry.
Or they might know a popular name.
That's what I was gonna get at. Like, they pick good cigars, but it seems like they pick like that one gentleman you talked about that you worked for a little bit. He had this one really expensive, really good cigar, not just expensive, but really good cigar on the bottom shelf because it didn't move that well.
Right.
So, true story. I mean, when I first started working down at Tobacco Plus, and again, I love Paresh. He's an amazing individual. God bless him and his family. But unfortunately, the fact that he did not work the humidor, in other words, he did not understand the humidor. He didn't smoke cigars. He had a heart condition. Mm-hmm. So he was a great businessman. He is a great businessman, but he did not understand the concept of the humidor and being a tobacconist to better help the people. He had Oliva V's and Melanios and Master Blends at the bottom, and he had the regular Oliva stuff on at the very top, and even bundles at the top, because in his mind,
that's stuff that moved.
That moved a lot faster than the other stuff. So, I've walked into places like that. He had a discount table that at one point he had Liga Privadas for half off because he did not understand that, first of all, that's an allotment, and two, there's a set client base that only looks for that. Mm-hmm. And again, nothing against him. We fixed all of that, and very shortly he became one of the top Opus X carriers, one of the top Liga Privada carriers. I mean, just a wonderful place. But it could be that, let's say maybe the person just doesn't smoke cigars, but he has a humidor because he understands that his clients want cigars in there. A lot of times, I recommend to those cigar shop owners, really communicate with your customers. At least tell the customers, hey man, what do you like? Yes, sir.
Could you pick up a Cigar Aficionado magazine or something along that lines and read through it? If you're the owner of a shop,
debunk it? Yes, I can.
Well, no.
He's asking, could
use that for tips on what you should be carrying for your client base.
Yes and no. So the yes part of it is when very early on I moved here to North Carolina, I never really looked at publications because I grew up smoking it and
you lived it
and being in the cigar factories in Miami and knowing a lot of folks. So to me, why would I ever pick up a magazine to read about stuff that I know a little bit about? But what I picked it up for was, again, so that it could better communicate and understand what my customers were asking for, particularly descriptions, those very interesting notes that people were what we call
more detail about.
Yeah, and it did help me be a better salesman. That's what it helped me to understand how to properly merchandise it, how to properly market it, and definitely communicate to the people than just saying, hey man, yeah, you're gonna get a little bit of pepper, you're gonna get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But these, I always worked on flavored profiles that are naturally inherent to tobacco, the way that I've worked with tobacco, not with, the olfactory sensation or olfactory, retrohale and all the other hundreds of different flavor profiles you can get, because the mouth only has basically 6 receptors or 6 zones. But when you retrohale, you multiply it exponentially into hundreds of different flavor profiles, because then your mouth interprets that as a flavor. So that's why I honestly tell everybody I suck at reviewing, because when I retrohale, I get the flavor of burnt nose hair. That's what I get. I was like, shit, But
you mentioned Oliva in that story about Tobacco Plus. There's something else that you have going on with Oliva. Now that
he's such a good kid.
Now that it's coming up on the wrap up, about 4 minutes, 5 minutes left.
He keeps me on track, everybody. Like he told me about podcasts. He's, I like this guy. He's so awesome. I mean, podcast, G-boy. I gotta get you a T-shirt that says that shit. Just so you go, hey, there it is. What he said. So we got a great deal on the website right now. Here's
especially for you new viewers that may have come here just by seeing the show being shared.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for that. Definitely, Alex, man. I owe you a debt of gratitude. You can't fathom. George Lima and what's the other George? I believe it was. No, well, close. Oh my God! Alex Chung and George Lima. Thank you guys for jumping on board.
Georges.
There's only one George there. Anyways, but we got a especially deal we got going on right now. If you buy any Oliva box on the website, the price points for a full box is 15% off, and on top of that, we're gonna send you a 6 cigar sampler. So if the box was $200 standard price, it's now $170, and you're on top of that, you're getting 6 free cigars.
So you get a total, if you buy a 20 count box,
you're getting 26.
Right.
Killer deal.
Yeah.
Well, wait, it's about to get better.
It gets better.
No way.
If you say, Duncan, I want to support, but financially, with the situation things are, it's tough. I can only buy half a box. Well, you can buy a half a box of Olivas, hands down, no problem, and we're still going to send you a 6 cigar sampler. One, we care, and we definitely want to earn your business, and we want you to come back. And that's on any Olivas, Oliva V, Melanios, the G series, the O series, the Gilberto. Yeah, predominantly, because I looked at, do I want to bring in Nub and all that other crazy shit? I said, you know what, I'm going to go with the old school stuff, things that I know people are going to enjoy. Exactly. Yep. People are going to enjoy the fuck out of that shit. So that is going on right now. If you buy any of the house blends, it's happening right now, folks. The moment you buy a house blend through the website, I'm telling you, we're taking your order number and we're going to put that in a raffle. You got your 2 bundles today.
Correct.
I need, did you get a receipt from that?
I have to check my email.
Because what I'm going to do is, if you didn't get one, I need to then go ahead and print that out. And then that same number, do it twice, and you get 2 chances. Jimmy Knight gets 2 chances. I got another gentleman. I'm shipping out his stuff. He gets 1 chance. So when you buy a bundle,
as long as Shannon doesn't get in on this one.
Yeah, Shannon, you're done. Shannon, you're banned. When you buy any of the house bundles, the Doña Noli premium cigar bundles, it's $55 for 25 cigars. When you do that, the order number goes into a raffle, and then you can win 2 bundles.
Can my order number be 666?
Yes. I'll personally write that shit in there like that, and if it comes out, then I'll call you out. Hey, the devil won.
Yeah.
What he said. Listen, we're down to less than a minute, everybody. We could have kept on going more and more and more about the whole cigar, different sizes and shapes and whatnot. All
and
stuff.
This
is a lot.
This last 30 minutes is what the podcasters don't get.
Yeah, I mean, and it gets even crazier for the podcasters when you get to this point. Thank you very much to everybody that literally came on board. I wish I could smoke, but until I get this damn thing with a tooth fixed, I am fucking you know, it's driving me nuts.
I told you I could fix your tooth. Like,
And he
And
could.
I got
He
the rusty
could.
pliers to finish it.
yeah.
On behalf of this Irish crazy, any last words?
Go to the website, look around. If you're not into the Olivas, I'm sure there's something on there that you'll find.
Yeah, if you can't find it, you probably don't need it.
Exactly.
From the main man from SOCOM and CIA, any last words?
No, I think I just said it.
He just said it. Look at that. From yours truly, the insane, totally nutsoed, ruggishly handsome Cuban guy. Maybe not that. Listen, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves in everything you do. Smoke well. Have a good time. Goodbye to everybody, man. But keep in mind this. Smoke well, because we do. God bless you all, man.
Thanks for all you new people for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate you, big brother.